Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you all are fine and doing very well. For this week's science lesson, we are going to discuss electricity, states of matter, living things and their habitats. Let's start our lesson. Okay students, let's start with electricity. Electricity is very important kind of second source of energy. So we have two types of electricity: static electricity, it doesn't move. For example, lightning, storms. Current electricity, it flows. For example, electricity that we have at our homes is an example of current electricity. And the primary sources of electricity are coal, oil, gas, fossil fuels. All these are non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources means once they will be used, they will not be replenished again for a longer period of time. And wind, solar, and hydropower. These are renewable resources of energy. Renewable resources of energy means that we can use them again and again, and they are environment friendly also. So what is the meaning of secondary source? Secondary source means that this is made by using primary sources like coal, oil, gas, fossil fuels, wind, solar power, and hydropower. Okay, have you ever thought, where does electricity come from? I told you earlier that we get electricity from coal, oil, gas. But how did we get that electricity in our homes? Yes, we have power stations. Basically, there are two main sources of electricity. Power stations that supply a lot of electricity and used in many electrical appliances like ACs, fan, refrigerators, and all the main electrical appliances which are being used in our homes. And power station looks like this. Second, we have electric cells, batteries that supply a little electricity, and they are portable and safe. Like we can use them in watch, clocks, torches. Okay, students, let's see how electric chargers work. Electric charges are made up of positive and negative charges. Positive charges are known as protons and negative charges are known as electrons. As you can see that we used to have two sides of battery. One side is positive and one side is negative. And charges always flow from the positive side of the battery to the negative side of the battery. You can see these red arrows, they show the movement of the charges. And when these charges flow in a circuit, this is known as a current. Current is produced which help to glow a bulb. Different types of electric circuits are open circuit, closed circuit, series circuit, and parallel circuit. Let's discuss them one by one. As you can see in this picture that the bulb is not glowing. So why the bulb is not glowing? Because the switch is open. So in the open circuit, either the wire is broken or the switch is open. That means the charges are not flowing properly. Okay, let's see closed circuit. In closed circuit, you can see that the bulb is glowing. Why? Because the switch is also off and the charges are properly moving from the positive side of the battery to the negative side of the battery. And they, they make the uninterrupted path for the flow of current. Series circuit. In series circuit, the current flows only through one path. There is only one path. And if that path is broken, the bulb will not glow. Parallel circuit. In this one, there are two different paths, or you can say you can create more than two paths also. And if one path is broken, the other bulb will glow. Okay, let's come to very important aspect of electrical things: insulators and conductors. Now, insulators are the material that do not allow electricity to pass through them. For example, plastic, rubber, glass, cloth. And conductors are the material that allow electricity to pass through them. For example, copper, aluminium, steel, or any metal. They allow electric charges to pass through them. Let's discuss the very important aspect of electricity, that is electrical safety. Why? Because it can be dangerous and it can pose any threat to our life also. So we have to be very, very careful while working with electric equipments or electricity. Keep all the metal objects such as cutlery out of the toasters or any electrical equipment that is in your home, because metal used to conduct electricity and anyone can get electric shock. Never put your fingers or anything into a plug socket. Obey the warning signs and never put yourself and others in danger. And if you see any broken wire, do not touch it. Just tell your elders or parents. And keep the water away from electricals such as hair dryers or other electrical equipments. Why? Because water is also a conductor. And when removing a plug, first turn it off and do not pull the cord directly. Never leave anything plugged in or charging while you are sleeping. Okay students, let's move to other part of our lesson, that is states of matter. Okay, can you tell how many states of matter are there? Yes, three: solid, liquid, and gases. Very good. Let's discuss about the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. Solids. Solid particles are very close to each other, as you can see in this diagram. And because of the particles arrangement, they are fixed in shape and they have a definite volume. But solids can change their shape when some force is applied on them. Next we have liquids. They are not closely packed. They have a little space to move. That's why they don't have fixed shape or they can flow very easily. And they also take the shape of the container in which they are poured in. Liquids are also called fluids. Next we have gases. Gases particles have a lot of space to move around and they're very loosely packed. That's why gases do not have fixed shape and they occupy the available space in container. And gases are also fluids. They can also move freely from one place to another place. Okay students, let's see how matter changes from one state to another. Yes, dear students, matter can change from one state to another. Like it can change from solid to liquid or liquid to gas or gas to solid also. Let's see this process. Okay, the basic factor which is involved in changing states of matter is temperature. Either we can decrease the temperature or we can increase the temperature to change the states of matter. As you can see here, that solid can be changed into liquid and liquid can be changed into gas by increasing temperature. Now let's see, when we increase temperature, solid melts down and change into liquid, and when we increase temperature more, the liquid changes into gas by the process of vaporization. Okay, when we decrease temperature, on decreasing temperature, gas changes into liquid and this process is known as condensation. And then liquid further changes into solid, that is known as freezing. Yes, dear students, just now I told you that we can change the state of matter by increasing or decreasing temperature. The best example is water cycle. Water cycle is a continuous process of movement of water from land to atmosphere and then again back to land. There are four major processes in water cycle. The first one is evaporation. Evaporation takes place with the help of sun's energy, sun's heat and sunlight. Transfer the water changes into water vapors. After that, Water vapor is converted into clouds, and this process is known as condensation. And when the temperature decreases, these water vapors convert into rain, and this process is known as precipitation. And then water is again collected back on the earth, and this process continues with the passage of time. Okay, dear students, next part of our lesson is living things and their habitat. Let's see what is habitat. Habitat is animals or plants living place. Means the place where they used to live is known as a habitat. Different plants and animals require different type of living conditions. Like water animals used to live in sea, river, lakes, or land animals used to live in forest or lands or grasslands, etc. As we are living in the UAE, let's discuss about the animals of the UAE. Can you guess which animal is this one? Yes, these are Arabian oryx. They are also known as national animal of the UAE. They can live in very harsh and dry weather. This one is hawksbill turtle. It is considered as endangered species, but thanks to the environmental organizations of the UAE, they are working very hard to conserve this species. Guess what is this? Yes, this is scorpion. Hmm. This is Arabian leopard. It is also considered as an endangered species. Yes, these are sand gazelles. I think you all know which animal is this one. Yes, this is falcon. And this one is camel. So all these animals have adopted to the harsh, dry weather of the UAE. Let's come to the classification of animals. Classification means that how can we group animals according to their characteristics. Animals can be divided into two major groups, vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates are with backbones and invertebrates are without backbones. Vertebrates are further divided into five major groups, for example, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Let's discuss about the characteristics of vertebrates. Okay, our first group is fish. Fish used to live in water, they used to lay eggs, they have gills, and they used to breathe by using their gills. They are cold-blooded animals. Amphibians. Amphibians spend half of their life in water and half on land. And they are usually born with gills, but after sometimes they used to grow with lungs and they used to develop legs so that they can live on land also. Next we have reptiles. Reptiles have very hard and scaly skin. They have tough scales on their skin. They used to lay egg and they used to live on land also and water also. Birds. Birds have feathers. They are very lightweighted so they can fly easily, but all the birds don't fly. And they used to have lungs to breathe. Mammals. The highest order is mammals. They used to have hair or fur on their body, and female mammals used to feed their young ones with milk, and they used to breathe with their lungs. Thank you so much, students. Stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.